stop typing. That's what we are trying to say. Stop typing. Now once you stop typing, we are going to call the set time interval, set time out rather. Now we are going to call another function. Function will be called erase, and that will happen with respect to the new happen with respect to next test delay. My delay was not there. Next test delay. So what is happening here is that if this the character index is now greater than the selected word, what you need to do erase this in test. That's what we need to do. But let's define the erase function. We just call function. We are defining the function inside this function erase. Now function erase Now we just check, we do the same thing. Instead of retyping, I can decide to copy this now. Copy this and put it here. See, same thing. Put it here. Oh yes, sometimes put this one as a bracket, just in case the element do not understand what we are trying to do. But it's still the same thing. It worked perfectly well. Now, since that has been added, we just check. First of all, we check something if stream is not entirely erased. Sorry, what's the essence of you? While typing, you check your. I was checking my keyboard. No, it's not entirely erased. So it's not entirely erased. If it's not entirely erased, we are going to check something. I'm going to use the if statement, please. If it says that the character index is greater than 0, that implies that there's still an element that was not added, probably added. So we are going to add an element that is not probably added. So what we do is we say type text fam.test content is equal to text array use the text array index. Now this time around we are going to use substring. With the substring we start from 0 and we give the character index -1. So that's what we are doing now. Simply add character index. Then what you need to do now, what if this character index is actually 3 or 4? That means there are more than 3 characters that were not added. We are going to decrement the character index and do this, repeat the process. Now we are going to repeat the process by calling set time out. We are going to call this function erase function, and that will take place that we call the erase delay, and that is that. You know what we want to write. Repeat it the process. Now, if this is not true, we are calling the x function. Now, if this is not true, what we want to do now is move to the next text. If this is not true, what we are about to do is to move to the next text. Before we do that, what we are going to do first is take the console.class list.remove. We'll remove the element typing. Remove the element typing. And now once the element is removed, we are going to increment the test array index. And simply what we are doing here is moving to the next word in the text array. That's what we are doing, moving to the next word in the text array. Now, in some case, now we will also check if there is no next word in the text array. We do so by checking if the text array index is not greater or equals to the text array dot length. Now what we just do, go back to the first word. Now this will be equal to 0. So go back to the first word if this is true. Now since we are done with that, what we need to do here in this is to repeat the process all over. We call the type out, then we'll call the type function. This time around we are going to call the next the typing delay. We are going to add some element to it, plus let's add 1 so the delay will take time in this section. So what we write here, then start typing. So if all these conditions are met, then start typing. Now we are basically done with the two functions. Now let's add this to our document, because if we run this script now, nothing will work, no animation will take place. If we check this, you see there's no animation. For this to work, we are going to add this to our document. We do so by using an event listener, which says document.add event listener. Now the type of event we are going to add here will be a doc content loader. When the document load, that is when the event will load. Now in the listener, we are going to call a function. Now this I'm writing is called an arrow function. The same thing, same process using this function, and you write your function. But just to make the code look simple, and we use this arrow function. Now in the arrow function, basically what we are going to write here. So basically what we are going to write here is check first if the array is not empty, if array is not empty, not empty. Now what we are checking for is we are checking for the array index. We are checking for the test array. If the test array is not empty, we can do so by checking by saying if text array, that's if dot length, that's if there's an element in test array, then if that is true, simply do this, set time out. Now we call start typing, and then we'll call the next test index, next test delay. Let me add 250 to it. It's up to you. You can add more delay to this section. Now basically we are done with our JavaScript code and with our CSS code and with our HTML code. Now let's just confirm if indeed this is working. To do so, we'll go to our HTML and run this. Now by now we should be seeing some text, but there seems to be an error. It says on cache type error cannot read property of no test content at this page. Let's go to our script and see what we've done wrong. And that's 9. Let's go to line 21. We said this dot test content test times test content. Okay. Oh, you see, this will make a mistake here. Our class is not well defined, so instead of putting this type effect, we have to make sure that we are actually calling this class. Now I'll just go back again to confirm if indeed that is the class we are calling. Now once that is true, I'll go back again and run the code. Now I think by now we should be getting the text. You see the animation is working. You can see the delay it takes to work to show the whole process. This is for mobile version, and we can check for other display form just to be sure that indeed it's actually responsive. You see how responsive it is. Now let's see for desktop mode. You can see how it's working. So basically we are done with this project, and thank you so much for watching through the video. It's very long though. Thank you so much, and please like, subscribe and comment. Feel free to comment.